Okay, so today we're going to kind of dive into this idea of like personal autonomy,
Sure.
but with a bit of an edge to it.
Yeah.
You said in this quote that I thought was pretty powerful. It said, "My life is my choice. My mistakes are my life's learned lessons. It's not other people's business. Mind your own problems before you talk about mine. My life is not your story to tell."
Wow.
There's some real assertiveness there.
Definitely a strong statement.
It makes you stop and think.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a declaration of independence.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say like this person's drawing some firm boundaries?
Yeah, they're putting up a wall.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder what kind of experiences led them to feel that way.
Yeah, for
That
sure.
repetition. My choice, my mistakes, my business.
Right.
It's like they're trying to take control of their own story.
Yeah. And, that desire for control
Yeah.
can be both healthy and also a little problematic.
Oh, interesting.
On the one hand, owning your choices and their consequences,
Right.
it's crucial for growth.
Makes sense.
There's this concept of anti-fragility,
Oh, I've heard of that.
where we actually become stronger
Okay.
by encountering and overcoming challenges.
So it's like a muscle,
Exactly. Like a muscle, it needs resistance to grow.
Got to push yourself.
But on the other hand, taking this idea too far can lead to isolation and a refusal to acknowledge how interconnected our lives really are.
Yeah, you can't live in a bubble.
Right.
It makes me think about free speech.
Okay.
Where's that line between, what I say and what could potentially harm someone else?
That's a great point.
It's like that saying, your freedom to swing your fist
Yes.
stops where my nose begins.
Exactly.
Yeah,
finding that balance between individual freedom and societal responsibility. It's like a constant negotiation.
it's tough,
It is.
especially these days.
Yeah, think about the debates around vaccine mandates.
Oh, yeah.
That's personal autonomy clashing head-on with public health concerns.
Right.
And there are strong arguments on both sides.
It's messy.
It is messy.
It is. And this idea of, mistakes being life's learned lessons, I'm all about learning from experience,
Yeah.
even if it means, falling down a few times.
Sure.
But is there ever a point where we should step in
Okay.
to prevent someone from making a huge mistake,
Interesting.
even if it infringes on their autonomy,
Right, I see what you're saying.
especially if it could harm others?
That is a tough one. It's that classic dilemma of, paternalism versus individual liberty.
Exactly.
There are definitely times when intervention is necessary, like a child running into traffic,
Of course.
or someone who's a danger to themselves or others.
Right.
But those are extreme cases.
Yeah.
In most situations, I think we underestimate people's resilience.
That's a good point.
Think about how much we learn from our failures,
Yeah.
from those times we mess up.
Yeah, those are the moments you really learned.
Exactly.
I made this huge mistake at work once.
Oh.
Totally misjudged the situation.
Yep.
Cost the company a lot of money.
Wow.
I was mortified.
Yeah.
But looking back, I learned more from that
Okay.
about leadership and decision-making
Yeah.
than any training course ever could.
Exactly. It's those scars, those moments of vulnerability that often teach us the most valuable lesson.
They do.
Right.
And it ties back to that quote,
Yes.
that minding your own business part.
Right.
It's a reminder that unsolicited advice,
Yeah.
even if you mean well, can sometimes rob people of the chance to learn and grow.
For sure. It's like they say
Yeah.
advice is what we ask for when we already know the answer.
But don't want to admit it.
Exactly. We all crave validation.
We do.
But sometimes we just need space to figure things out ourselves.
Totally. And there's a difference between supporting someone and forcing our beliefs onto them.
Huge difference.
True empathy is listening,
Absolutely.
understanding,
Yeah.
trusting that they can handle it, even if they stumble a bit.
Even if they fall down a few times.
And then there's that last line.
Yeah.
My life is not your story to tell.
Ooh, powerful.
That one really hits home for me.
Oh, yeah.
I've had people share my personal struggles.
Without my permission. That's not okay.
It felt like such a violation.
It is a violation.
It is. It's about boundaries,
Yeah. Absolutely.
recognizing that we all have the right to control our own narrative.
And especially with social media these days,
Oh, it's so easy to overshare.
it is so easy to just share snippets of people's lives without thinking.
Right?
But those snippets are often part of a much bigger story.
A story we might not even understand.
Exactly.
It's a good reminder that everyone has a story,
They do.
and we need to respect that.
We have a responsibility to treat those stories with respect.
Even when we don't agree.
Even when we don't
I
understand.
don't understand.
Yeah. And if you think about our own lives as stories,
Okay.
it raises an interesting question.
What's that?
What kind of story are we writing? Are we the hero, the villain?
Or somewhere in between.
Right. And how do our choices affect the other characters in our stories?
It's like a ripple effect.
It is.
Wow, that's something to think about.
Definitely something to ponder.
Well, thanks for diving deep with us today.
It's been a pleasure.
It has.
Really enjoyed it.
Me too.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Anytime.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.